Hello, good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are. It's Jennifer here to do a video for you all. So, what have I been up to? I've been up to a lot. Um, Actually, I've been up to a lot of revelations, actually. Something that occurred to me. What was I doing when it occurred to me? Well, I was listening to a podcast, actually. I was listening to a podcast about art and sketching because that's something I have been very, very involved in and just diving into every single day. I absolutely love it. It's something I never thought I could really do. We forget that we have to be trained at certain things. Yes, people have gifts, natural gifts, but just because you don't have natural gifts doesn't mean you can't learn to do it, right? So I have been drawing and sketching and painting more or less every single day. I can actually share with you a little something I did. I have to get used to sharing. It's not perfect, but it's a whisk. I did a whisk. That's supposed to be a shadow underneath there, but I'm practicing. I'm learning about the shadow. I know of another technique I should have used. I was too heavy-handed. It should have been a lot lighter. But I'm new at this, so it's all good, right? It's all good. There's no such thing as really bad art or just bad art. There's no such thing as bad art. But anyway, so yeah, I had a revelation listening to a podcast the other day about my art and how I'm trying to approach it. How many times have I said this is where the editing comes into play, right? But I will be aware of my ums now. So, and that's going to be challenging. So yes, I was listening to a podcast and I was listening, and it was something was occurring to me. I knew what I want to do with my art. I knew I want to go with it. I want it to always be fun and eventually something I could actually make money at, perhaps as a graphic artist, a freelance graphic artist, once I get more trained in that, because I want to have some training on that. And I'm going to definitely go to Skillshare. And this video was not being sponsored in any way, but I do love Skillshare. So I am going to go to Skillshare. I've actually been doing that. I've been researching a bit to see, what courses I want to enroll in. So, but at any rate, I was listening to this podcast and I was wondering, why am I so passionate about this? Why am I diving so hard into this newfound love of mine, really? And then I started feeling guilty about it. I was thinking, well, gee, you're not that way with your music. Because I don't know if any of you know, maybe the people my friends who know me know I play the cello, but I've been playing the cello since I was a child, I think I was 7. I want to say 7 or 8. I know I must have been 8. I may have been 8. I was in 3rd grade because my mother asked my 2nd grade teacher, found out my 2nd grade teacher had a small size cello, and asked her if I could use it. So I was in 3rd grade. So that's like 8. Beginning of 3rd grade. Oopsie, I said So I've been playing it all my life. And I'm thinking, it occurred to me, the reason I think I'm loving this so much, and probably the way I felt about any other art that I've picked up since learning the cello, is the fact that I learned this on my own. I introduced myself to art, to painting and drawing and sketching on my own. And that's really huge. I, as a child, did not know what a cello was when I started taking lessons. At the time, my mother played piano and my sister played the violin. So my mother had in her mind that, we'd have a trio. That was her thing. She wanted to have a trio in the house. So that's really where it came from. So I was taking these music lessons and going to, music competitions and playing in various ensembles, sort of, because that's just what you do, right? That's what you do. That's what I did, because it was picked out for me, was chosen. I actually wanted to learn the piano. So I did dabble with the piano growing up, but I never took formal lessons. But I did learn quite a few pieces, without having studied piano. But I was, comfortable and familiar with music, so it wasn't so challenging. But I'm realizing now that the reason probably I'm loving my art so much is because it's something I discovered. I was taken by it. I chose it. it chose me too. I think it'd been calling me because so many situations have come about where drawing or sketching was in the play somewhere. And why I say that, where I previously lived, there was already an easel in the house. Where I'm living now, an artist, the previous owner was an artist. He had paintings all over the walls, in the living room, in the hallway, everywhere, his own artwork. And he's a pretty known, well, artist here in Quebec. I'm in Quebec, for those of you who don't know where I am. Maybe I haven't shared that in any of my previous videos, but I'm in Quebec City. And then I find out that I forget that I have a great cousin. I remember going to her home and she had all these paintings in her apartment, in her bedroom. So I think I'm kind of, I forget to tell you, then my husband tells me that he has a cousin also who's a renowned artist in Sweden. So I feel like all the stars are aligned. I believe in that kind of thing. I feel like I'm in the right place. I'm doing the right thing. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I feel really like I'm home here. That's the other thing. I feel like I'm at home here. Do I feel like I'm at home when I'm playing my music? I feel like it's just a part of me. It isn't even like I'm at home. Can I actually say that in honesty? I think when I'm performing with, like I play in a symphony, when I'm performing, I feel at home. When we're playing as a symphony, even in rehearsals actually, I do feel at home. But I don't really think about it. You know what I mean? I don't think about it because I've been doing it for so long. It's almost like someone told me you have a sixth finger, or, and I've always had a sixth finger, so I don't think about it as anything. It's not even a handicap. I guess it's not considered a handicap. I mean, I'm lucky, I guess, if I have a sixth finger. I don't know. It just feels like it's been with me so long that I have no opinion of it, but I'm still loving the fact that I play it, but I didn't choose to play it. Okay, I didn't choose to play it. It was chosen for me. So I feel like I've reached a milestone in such, I feel like I finally found something I am passionate about. Like I'm really, really passionate about this. And this feels so good because it feels like now I can throw myself into it. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to throw myself into my music anymore because I absolutely love it. I love performing it, but the feeling is different. Where it's coming from is a brand new place. And that's what I'm loving right now. That's really what I'm loving. It's like this whole new doorway to somewhere, and it's like beautiful. It's all these colors and light, and it's vibrant, and it's like, Jen, come and play in this playground. Come, we've been waiting for you. Where have you been? That's how it feels. That's how it feels. So, yes, I wonder, so just think about, that's something to think about. Think about something you've been always doing since childhood, or just for an extremely long time. And then think about something new that you started and ask yourself, why do I feel differently about it? Sort of ask yourself that, because that's what I had to do. I had to ask myself, why do I feel so excited about this? And I'm not even any good at it. I mean, I'm learning, and that's okay. I've accepted that you can't be good at it. That was one of the things actually that kept me back from trying it, is the fact that I kept saying, but you're not good at this, so why are you doing it? And it's kind of like, duh, you have to do it in order to get good at it. You just don't start good at something, or doing a good job at something. So I had to work through that silly little glitch that I think we all have in our minds about starting anything new. We hesitate in starting because we know we aren't going to be any good at it in the beginning. But that's okay. I love it when people use toddlers as an example. When they trip and fall, they don't go someplace and go, forget it. I'm never going to learn to walk. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm just going to sit with my legs crossed until I'm 40. They don't do it. They just keep getting up, and they don't care how they look. They don't care how they look. Just like when children draw. They're not drawing with the idea of making a masterpiece. It's like, I just love holding these crayons. Boom, 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 boom. I love holding these markers. Oh my gosh, look at this. They're having fun. So that is how I'm going into all of my artwork, is always having fun. Every time I sit down, there's some techniques I work on. But then after that, I say, okay, have some fun. Do a fun page. So a fun page consists of just little doodles that I color in that, then I look back at it and say, oh, this could be a cool sticker, or this could be a cool print, and that wasn't even the goal, right? So all kinds of surprises happen when we just sort of sit back and relax and just have fun. So yeah, it's just about having fun. But just think about that. Think about what you've been always doing, and then if what you're doing now, why you feel differently about it. Sort of analyze it, because it makes you feel better and you don't feel guilty. Like I was feeling guilty actually. I was like, oh my gosh, why am I loving this more than? And I'm not loving it more. That's the thing. It's completely different. It's a completely different thing. Completely different. Something the cello and playing, I've always done it. It just that's just me, right? But this is something I've discovered, and that has discovered me as well. So I think that's all. I think so. What is the point of this video is to just think about things that we've always done, and think about something that you've recently started, and sort of ask yourself, if there is a feeling, if you are feeling hesitant, if you are feeling confused, if you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm abandoning this other thing that I've always done, you're not. You're not. You're broadening your spectrum of what interests you. And that's okay. It's okay. And as I said before from another YouTuber I love, Tatiana, who says, remember, we have seasons. We have seasons. So you're not stepping away from anything, you're not quitting anything, you're evolving into another season. So there you have it. So that's it for today. This is sort of a short one. I guess it's better that they're short, right? You don't want them to be too long, but this is something I was thinking about, and I just wanted to share with you because it was such an eye-opener for me. So I hope this video has been helpful, insightful. It's something that's going to make you think. You leave wondering, why have I been feeling funny about XYZ? I hope that happens. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. Obviously, I'm saying everything. It's so funny saying everything like I hear other YouTubers say. But do all of that stuff. Okay, and I will see you here next week on another episode. Okay, have a great one. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.